Hello friends, our today's topic is on general introduction about cells. The cells are the structural and functional unit of life. But before going so deep in this topic, we should know that from where this cell journey starts. So here we go. The cell, which is the basic unit of life, also called as the building blocks of life, was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. But at that time, it was named as little boxes. But it was cells, which we knew them as now. He observed the cork, which is the dead plant cells, under a microscope. And what he found was the little boxes, which he named as little boxes because at that time the name cell was not given. Then Antony von Leeuwenhoek in 1675 first observed the living cells under the microscope. Then after many experiments, the cell theory was made by the observations of the scientists. Here they gave three postulates regarding the cells. The first one was the living things are made up of cells. That's why the cells are called as building blocks. Then the cells are the basic unit of structural and function of living things. Means the cells are called as the structural and functional unit of life. The structural unit because all the body is made up of cells, and functional unit because all the function of the body, that is biochemical, genetic, physiological, are all governed by the cells. Then the two scientists named as Sheldon and Shevan worked with the plants and the animals. What they concluded was Sheldon in 1838 concluded that all the plants are composed of cells. And what Shawn in 1835 concluded was that 1839 he concluded that all the animals are composed of cells. Then the third postulate of the cell theory was the cells come from the other cells, means that all the cells comes from the pre-existing cell, which was concluded by Virchow after doing some experiments. And what the experiment when he did, then he concluded that the cells, what he noticed what was the cells were dividing under the microscope. Then he concluded that the cells comes from the pre-existing cells. So up to here, what we understood is the cells is the basic unit of all living beings. It is the smallest part of the living thing that is alive and can't be seen by the naked eye. We can see only it with the help of the microscope, which is an instrument which can see the objects which a person can't see by the naked eye. So these are called as the building blocks of life. Then here you can see a diagram. It is a typical cell diagram having a membrane, a nucleus and the other organelle or the structures. The organelle are the cellular structures, which are inside the cell perform specific functions. The organelles are embedded within the cytoplasm of the cells. The dotted structures which you can see here is the cytoplasm, which is a fluid inside which this cytoplasm is inside the cell, and inside that cytoplasm many of the organelles which you can see here, which are colorful, which you can see, those are embedded in that cytoplasm. This is an imaginary diagram. No any organelle here which you are seeing as the colorful is actually, it is not this type. Then see, it is an imaginary diagram. This green color chloroplast which you can see consists of a pigment called as chloroplast. With the help of that pigment only, all the process of the photosynthesis process of the food preparation, and the absorption of the light all occurs. Then the center you can see the nucleus is there. This nucleus is a membrane bound structure. What is a membrane bound structure? The structure which is having a membrane outside its body, which protect it from the extracellular environment. Then this nucleus contains the cell's hereditary information, which can be transferred from one generation to next and controls the cell's growth and reproduction. Then you can see the endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum is a network of tubules, that serves variety of functions in the cells in the production, processing and transports of proteins and lipids. Now what are these proteins and lipids? The proteins and lipids are the biomolecules. The proteins are those biomolecules which are composed of the amino acids and are capable of forming the complex structures. These are water insoluble molecules. These lipids are the biomolecules that can be classified as fats that helps to store energy, okay, and protect organs, insulate body, and form the cell membrane. These fatty acids are the lipid monomers that consist of a hydrocarbon chain with a hydrocarboxyl group attached at the end. Okay. Then this membrane, which you can see, this black color, this membrane is the protection for a cell. Okay. The nature of this membrane is it is a thin semi-permeable membrane that surrounds the cytoplasm of a cell. It surrounds a cell. Okay. Its function is it protects the cell. Okay. Then you can see here the ribosomes. What are these ribosomes? These are the centers of the protein production. This helps in the synthesis of protein in the cell. Okay. This pink color, which you can see, it is the organelle membrane bound, which is mitochondria. It converts energy, it provides energy in the form of what? Which are usable by the cell in the form of ATP. Okay, which the cell can be used easily. That is adenosine triphosphate form. Then here there are two types of cells. Okay, the first one is the prokaryotic cell and the second one is the eukaryotic cell. The prokaryotic cells are called as the primitive cells, means these are the cells which are not much evolved, and eukaryotic cells are the modern cells which are much evolved as compared to prokaryotic cells. The prokaryotic cells are the cells which we can found in the bacteria. The bacteria are composed of the prokaryotic cells. Okay, the bacterial cells are the cells, the prokaryotic cells, the bacterial cells, these are the cells which are without membrane bound structures, means the organelles which are present in these prokaryotic cells are without any membrane. And the reason behind this is that because the organelles doesn't have any fluid inside them, okay, which is no any fluid is there, so no any danger for them, for the molecules no any fluid is there, so no any material inside that organelles which that is there is some danger for them to be that they flow from outside the cell, or no any danger is there, so they didn't have any membrane bound structure because no any fluid is there inside their organelle. Then in eukaryotic cell, the eukaryotic cells are the modern cells. These are the cells which we can found in the animals and the plants. Okay, these eukaryotic cells are generally much larger and more complex than the prokaryotic cells. Because of their larger size, they require a variety of specialized internal membrane bound structures. That's why they are having the membrane bound structures, okay, to carry out the metabolism, provide energy and transport chemicals through the cells. Okay, these eukaryotic cells are having the nucleus. The main components they are having is cell membrane, cytoskeleton, nucleus, okay, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes. But prokaryotic cells are having nucleoid, cell wall, capsule, it's a gel like capsule it is there, then flagellum is there, some projection you can see, tail like projection, it is flagellum which helps in the movement of the prokaryotic cell. Okay, then hereditary material is there which is inside the nucleoid. That nucleoid is having the DNA, okay, which is fixed at a particular part, attached somewhere at the plasma membrane. Then cell wall is there, cell membrane is there, ribosomes are there for the protein synthesis in prokaryotes. In eukaryotes you can see cell membrane, these organelles which you can see, this green color, those, okay, green one, this is the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, the endoplasmic reticulum is that organelle which we studied earlier, that it is a network of tubules and flattened sac-like structure that serve variety of functions, okay, that production, processing and transports of proteins and lipids. So there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. There is rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, in smooth endoplasmic reticulum the ribosome synthesis is not there, but in rough endoplasmic reticulum it involved in the synthesis of ribosomes. These ribosomes are those organelles which involves in the synthesis of protein. Then there are majority of functions of the cells. Those are shape and stability. The cells provide shape and stability. It helps the nucleus from collapsing. It separates the nuclear material from the cellular material. The materials which are inside the nucleus, it protects them from the cellular material which are inside the cell. As The cells are having the three parts, which we will study in the structure and the components of the cell in the next video. This video is only about a general introduction about the cell, that what is cell, who discovered cell, what are the things that organelles are inside the cell, and what are its normal functions. Okay, so this helps in the regulation of substances, allow the exchange of materials with the help of what, its cell membrane. Okay, then communication, develops a chemical connection between the nucleus and the cell. So friends, this video is only about the general introduction about the cell. So stay tuned, we will meet in the next video, which will be about the constituents and the structure of cell. Okay, thank you.